In the southern Tagalog region, about 170 kilometers southeast of Manila, stands what many people stoutly believe is a sacred mountain. Every year, pilgrims, tourists, and the sick flock to Mount Banahaw, the latter to pray for miracles, as it is said to have healing powers. Rizalistas as religious sects. Some believe that Rizal has an apparent parallelism to Jesus Christ in many ways. Others believe that Rizal is the Messiah of the Philippines, just like Jesus Christ as Messiah of Israel. Mount Banahaw from the word Banaw, which means vantage point. More than 100 religious communities and churches have been established at the base of the mountain, one of which is Suprema de la Iglesia de Ciudad Mistica de Dios Incorporated, or Ciudad Mistica for short. A big gated compound that houses their Suprema, or highest woman in authority, and many members of the group is situated in Barrio Santa Lucia in the municipality of Dolores, Quezon Province. The Iglesia de Ciudad Mistica de Dios is one of several religious colonies found at the foot of Mount Banahaw, officially registered as an organization in 1952. Suprema de la Iglesia de la Ciudad Mistica de Dios Incorporated, or Supreme Church of the Mystical City of God, was founded by Maria Bernarda Balitaan, or MBB, in the Tagalog region, who was said to have started her spiritual missions in the early 1920s. Today, Ciudad Mistica is the biggest Rizalista group located at the foot of Mount Banahaw. In the history of Ciudad Mistica's establishment, the group has always been led by a woman. Its leader is called a Suprema, who assumes the responsibilities of assisting members seeking advice. This was the portrait of Suprema Isabel Suarez when she was younger. At present, the Samahan is headed by the Suprema Isabel Suarez, more commonly known to them as Nanay Isabel. She was chosen by the organization for the position at the very young age of 22. For which she abandoned her desire to become a medical doctor. Although celibacy is not required and Supremas are permitted to get married, Nanay Isabel opted not to. And a painting of Mount Banahaw and the holy places inside the national park, people believe that Mount Banahaw is the New Jerusalem. The compound's gate is hard to miss because of its tall chrome-plated iron fence with flags from all over the world. In the center of the gate's arc are the two crisscrossed swords in the front of a flag. And atop the gate posts are two giant pots with the gate of the Samahan's compound is spectacular. An eagle, a flag, two crisscross swords and fire coming out of the two giant pots are at the bottom of the both sides of the gate are angels, big birds and jars. The crossing swords are not supposed to mean anything violent or warlike. Instead, holding the swords is akin to an effort to struggle against sin which, in their teachings, refer not just to personal sin but social sin as in mga kasamahan are the fire that kalooban or willpower that lights our paths. The flags of all nations suggest that the Samahan's mission cover the entire world, and the angels are guardians for human beings. The religious group or Samahan, as they prefer to be called, is known for its hospitality, although cautious, allowing guests to explore, interact with its members, and even stay for a few days in some of their houses. With approximately 5,000 members in Santa Lucia alone, all over Luzon, About 100,000 members.
Hundreds of pilgrims from distant barangays of the different religious sodalities around Luzon still flock to its many shrines, or known as puesto, during the season of Lent and the Philippines. So the pilgrims believe in the mystical transfer of the Holy Land to this area and accordingly observe the rites and rituals propitious to the occasion. So, as what you have seen in the picture, they are the believers or the members of belief that as a result of endless conflicts among countries in West Asia. So, they believe that God decided to transfer His kingdom to the Philippines, and it explains why there existed holy stations, altars, or locally called puesto in Mount Banahaw, which is equivalent to the stations of the cross of Christ in the Passion. So, these are the places where they have their worship. And also, this is the one of the places where they are able to have their worship, and it is called puesto. So puesto is a sacred natural shrine like a river, waterfall, peak, cave, or rock, and it is like a Catholic's burial process. So, and also, these are the places of the rituals. So, they believe that rituals is for cleansing and purification from sin in puestos, and it includes bathing, lighting a candle, silent prayer, climbing, meditation, and the events of Christ's Passion.
So Ciudad Mistica members offers prayers several times a day. And ceremonies start as early as 5 in the morning. On Saturday is considered a great day of worship, during which the Suprema will read out the messages written by its foundries in her letters. So since the members are spread all over the Luzon or live in distant towns, a regular prayer gathering of the supporters is held every 15th day of the month at Santa Lucia compound. This samahan always celebrates Good Friday on the same day. So at exactly 9 a.m. there is a misa para sa mahal na araw, or in English we call this Mass for the Holy Week. From 12 noon till 5 p.m., there are the Siete Palabras, the 7 last words in English, inside the main church. In the evening, there is a procession inside and around the compound.
The symbols on the altar easily attract the eye, for the colors are vivid. The altar's boundaries are what appears to be a huge pair of angels' wings placed strategically at both sides. Those that can easily be seen and read from a distance are the words in the left. We have pag-ibig sa Diyos, pananampalataya, gawa, at pag-asa ang tiyaga. That means love of God, belief, action, and hope, and industriousness. Above these words are the Roman numbers for the 10 commandments. And in the right side, we have kalinisan, katwiran, kaliwanagan, katotohan, kababaan ng kalooban, and pagtitiis, which means cleanliness, righteousness, being enlightened, truth, humility, and suffering. Above these words is a big heart with a cross at the top on it and words, Aral ni Jesus, or Jesus teachings. There is also a wooden cross, and above it a triangle with an eye. There are plastic flowers all around the altar space and candles lighted at the center. During the prayers, a woman would offer incense, and then the prayers are spoken, chanted, and sung. For the Ciudad Mistica, Jesus Christ's work is still unfinished, and it will be continued by Dr. Jose Rizal and the 12 Lights of the Philippines, composed of the 19th century Philippine heroes. These 12 lights are said to be the equivalent of Jesus Christ's 12 apostles. Their work will be fulfilled by a woman, in the person of MBB, as can be seen in their hymns. The Ciudad Mistica de Dios celebrate Mass, with many rituals having direct similarities with pre-Vatican II Catholic practice. The symbolism in the rituals is strongly nationalistic and directed towards ushering in a new political order in which women will occupy a central position by virtue of the spiritual power they possess, where spiritual power is regarded as the ultimate power through which the course of all human life is directed. The following report is a descriptive analysis of the ritual music of the Iglesia de Ciudad Mistica de Dios. The recording contained in 2 cassette cartridges taped and along the way to the shrines and in the Mistica de Dios compound included. Number 1, a part of a Passion singing version of Christ's Passion by Santoyo's group. Second, a hymn sung by a group of pilgrims from Batangas before the Piedra Mental, a large rock at the Santa Lucia Shrine. And number 3, another Passion singing at the Presantahan. And number 4, an evening procession music and 4 early morning hymns of the Mistica de Dios. In the evening procession in and around the compound of Suprema de la Iglesia de Ciudad Mistica de Dios.